Hello, hello. Is anybody here? Hello? There's Suzanne. Hi. I'm sure people were going to find me. We'll give folks a minute to come back in. There's Allie K. Hi, Allie K. Hi, Suzanne. While folks are coming back in, I don't like this. I'm going to see if I can't wet it down and remove some of the color since these are washable. We'll experiment with that. This is watercolor paper. Oh, get my brush here. Let's just get a little water. Let's see if I can. Oh, yeah, I can. Ooh, yeah. I kind of like what's happening there. Are folks coming back in? Hi, Arlene. I'm doing part 2. I'm waiting for folks to come back in. I don't know. The internet's being snarky tonight. We got a snarky internet. I'm going to remove some of this color. I didn't like it with so much color, the purple and the gold, so I'm lightening up the purple. And I kind of like what's happening there. Hi, Ray. Hi, Giovanna. Hi, Nancy. Welcome back, or welcome in. I'm working on my illuminated letters. I did the first part. I did my reverse collage in my angel book, and I showed my knitting progress. Kind of said hello to everybody coming in. Welcome to everybody coming back. I think some of them went to get snacks. Ray was throwing her shoes again, I think. Weren't you, Ray? I had a laugh. I was giggling at Ray because she was telling YouTube off and it was hiding her comments. I think one of the mods let it go through. I'm surprised that it doesn't hide some of my comments when I tell it off. So this is kind of a little thing I learned from Janet, was these super tip washable markers from Crayola are water soluble. So if I don't like the color, I didn't like how that purple was on there, and I like it a lighter color much better. So I'm going to leave it like that. Now it's certainly not done. Yeah, Ray says, who, me? It's been a week, Ray. It's been a week. Let's dry this a little. I'll try to keep a better eye on my screen in case it freezes up again, or if I lose sound or something. You guys will have to shout at me because I don't have sound on. Everything is muted here, so you guys don't get an echo. The only thing I don't like about this is the box, and I haven't gotten to the point to where I'm getting a new box ready for these. I don't like the box because I think it's very hard to put these back in. If I were a child, I would be frustrated. They would not get in there. All right. But I'm not a child, so let's see. I want my marker. Welcome to everybody who's coming back in. We're going to do my little tatted pieces here. And on my postcards, I was putting those little twine vine curls. And I might try to do that. Well, I don't know. These are so little and my marker really is too thick to do that. I could maybe do it with my Sharpie. Let's see. And I also need to outline these letters. Don't forget that, Mary. There probably isn't when I restart, Janet. I have noticed on my own that if I do multiple videos in a day, maybe the first one or two might get notification, but after that, it's give and take. I really don't think they notify when you do on a consistent basis when you do more than one video. I can't verify that. I'm just guessing. I've kind of noticed it on my other accounts. Sometimes I go to, well, when I watch the replays to check chats, I generally go to another account. Am I out of frame here? Let me fix my, I need to go this way? No, I need to go this way. Well, that's really out. Let me fix this because I'm in the center on my desk and I'm way off in the corner. This camera thing is, see, I wish they would not take control of my camera. I don't like what they've done because there, I guess that's a little better. Thank you, Janet. Hi, Janice. She says she's waiting for her Inktober to dry. Yeah, I think those notifications, they say they're fixed, but there's just so many situations and they probably see it work once or twice and think that it's all fixed and, well, we know better. I don't know. Oops. Well, I guess I'll change that up there. My flower got... Now, that's not too bad. It's not perfect. Not perfect, but that's okay. Janet, I was saying I put the really dark purple on here and I didn't like it. And I don't know if you noticed that I took my paintbrush and removed some of that color. Hi, Bev. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome back. Hi, Barb. Welcome back. Hi, Holly. Welcome back. Welcome back. Mina and Ray and Susan. Welcome back. Freeze. I'm doing a sort of a winter field. Oh, for the Inktober. You're talking about Inktober. But I took some of that water and I lifted some of that deep purple that I had on here. And I like it much better. So let's just outline this in brown and be done with it. Let's outline it in brown and be done with it. All right. Suzanne just got back in. Bev's here. Mina's in the house. Janice says, hi, Mina, Susan. Susan, I think it's about you every time I see a new bug critter photo. She thinks about, are you doing bugs, Suzanne? Or who is it? Susan. Mina and Susan. Susan, you mean, oh, Susan Jarrow. Well, see. All right, I'm moving on. There's my alphabet. Let's take it out a little now to show the whole thing. Well, this is a little light there. I don't know if I like that being a little light. There's my lavender again. Let's add some color back on. I don't know. I must put these on awful tight. Now I'll come back with a little water. I didn't want it that white. I think that's a different color of purple, but it works. It works. I'll probably have to, since these are water soluble, after I get this whole thing done, spray it with a fixative. All right, I got to put my little loops in there. I forgot the loops. You're gonna see me put the loops in while it's not large. I just want to hurry up and put them in. My little tatty loops. This won't take but a minute. I keep saying it won't take but a minute. And a minute turns into a half an hour. Yeah, this one. And you probably won't see them very well on here unless I zoom in. And I'm getting ready to move on. I'm fighting the urge to do a different design on here, but I want it all to be the same design, so I'm going to stick with what I started out with. All right. All righty, there it is. Let's see what you guys are saying. Janice is saying, hi, Mina and Susan. Talking about the bugs. Thank you, Janet. Susan said hello to Bev. Hi, Journey. You couldn't find me. I had to restart, Journey. I had to restart the first one. It locked up on us. It froze. It was frozen. Inktober frozen. Aw. Your elegant writer's pens were dry, or I would have used them, Janice says, and water for the colors. They're saying hello to Journey and Holly and Josie. Welcome back, Josie. Thank you, Janet. Methuselah lived over 900 years. Imagine how bored he got. You know, and he didn't have the internet. Poor Methuselah. He didn't have the internet. How did he talk to people on the other side of the world? That's what I want to know. You can pack a lot of living in 900 years, Mina says. All right. Let's go to the next thing, which is my shadow box. And I'm going to do both of them tonight. I'm going to keep up. I think I'm on week 5. because I did 1, 2 of them in the first week, and this is 2, 3, 4, and I'm on week 5. And what I decided that I was going to do was do something really well. No, what I'm going to do on this one is my demo one. Let's move things around a little here, so you see what you guys can see. All right, I'm going to work on this box right here. And I've been fussy cutting, and these are my fussy cuts from this weekend. I spent that weekend, was it last weekend? Yeah. And all I did was fussy cut all Saturday afternoon. And I did some more fussy cutting tonight. But I can't find my scissors that I just bought. I've lost them already. So all I need is enough to fill in this for the demo one. And I'm calling it a demo one because this is the one I was showing when I first started. And I've got one that's dedicated just to history. This one is kind of all types. What do I want to put in there? Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like that a lot. So it needs a background. I could almost put it in. I'm going to hold that for another week, I think. I could almost put it in something like that. Let's hold that. I'm looking through all my fussy cuts. I got all these fussy cuts. Now what am I going to use? I got In with the Old. I got some mason jars. I got a grandfather clock. That would be fun in one of these too. It's a little bit too wide for that. And I kind of like that. And if I what did I put on there last week? And I got these little dishes. They'll fit in there nice. Leave that number 5 there hanging. And yep, I think that's what I'm going to do is the dishes. Let's do it this way, though. I think I'll do it this way instead because it almost fits. And cut it right there. You know, and if you look at the magazines, I like to go through that Country Sampler magazine and the different Woman's Day and Better Homes and Garden. You'll see it. Decorating magazines, you'll see a lot of things like this where they put dishes, arrange them on a shelf. And that really makes a nice shadow box right there. So now I got to put all these back. I got another one for another day, maybe on a different piece. Yeah. These are all my fussy cuts. I got a friend is someone who knows the song in your heart and who can sing it back to you when you've forgotten the words. I love that. So let's see. And then I've got a stained glass piece here too. That would look fun in one of these. All right, Mary, let's just stop playing and get on with it. Get on with it. And I haven't put these little ones in. You know, I probably won't put them on wax paper because they're so small. I'll probably get them out like this. Those larger ones, I'm going to put that over here so I can get these in easier. And I wish I could find my scissors. I bought a new pair of scissors just for fussy cutting, and I've lost them already. And I think I might have left them at my sister-in-law's house. But I thought I remembered, I thought I remembered saying, I'm going to put them right in my purse so I won't lose them. I remember saying that, but they're not in my purse. I don't know if they fell out. I got a little clock. Look, I got them all over here too. I got more. I've got more. Geez, I got a lot of them. I didn't realize I had this many. When you get them all out and shake them all up, it's a lot more than you realize. I'll scoop them up here if I can. Probably can't. Gosh. The only thing I don't like about this is once you get them all out and you know, you look through them, get what you want, and then you gotta shake them all back in there again. And I've got magazines to fussy cut, believe me. I was just about through. Here's another stack of dishes. I was just about through my stack of magazines and I picked up some more. Why not? I said, why not? And I'm kind of glad I did. Whew. It is getting kind of warm in here. I noticed our furnace has been popping off and on. My brother leaves the thermostat set at 74, and when it gets lower than 74, that furnace will pop on. It's warm in here now. I usually have the fan going. Excuse me while I put all of these back. I like to hunt them out right in front of you so you can see what I go through. Look at this sifter. Did you guys ever own one of these sifters? My mother did. One of these, and it'd sift all your flour. You put your flour in there to sift it all out. My mother had one. Now we hardly have to sift our flour. I don't think anybody, on all the cooking shows, I never see them sifting flour. It's all sifted when you get it, I guess. And it had little lumps in it when you sifted it. I mean, in the olden days. In the day. All right, there we go. Did you all get back in here? Oh, the chat here. Hi, Barb. He may have been the first Hobby Lobby. Who you're talking about? Think of all the craft supplies I would have in 900 years. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be fun, Journey? I wonder if Methuselah had arthritis at 65. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is just a teeny bit larger, but I'm going to let it float over. I'm going to let it float over on both sides. Otherwise, it fits. So we're just going to put this down in one lump piece here. And thank you, Holly, for the glue stick. Every time I use glue sticks now, I think of Holly. And when I use double-sided tape, I think of Suzanne. When I use washi tape, I think of Norma. When I use my pins and my sprays, I think of Mitzi. You guys are just so good to me. Watercolor, I think of Lucia. Sent me, I need to get those out and work with them a little bit more. She sent me some Paul Rubens sparkly watercolors. Okay, that's done. That took a while, didn't it? Just to hunt it out. But there's my shadow box for week 5. 2 on the first week. That's the second week, third week, fourth week, and fifth 5th week. Now I'm going to do the other one, which is also not going to be hard. It's going to be in one lump sum too, but this one I'm doing history. Now, this one I've only got 3 weeks done. What did I do with my page? Is that it? What did I do with it? Come on, Mary. Here. I'm going to use this. Maybe I'll do 4 and 5 here if I can find something to fit. I'm not sure I'll be able to find something to fit. Let's cut the We Americans off. I won't want that. I have to cut it right down in here to get it. So I don't cut that leg of that A off. And this actually goes to that history book. Now, I have to find, this may not work like a, oh look, if I cut this, I'm going to have to cut them in pieces to get them to fit like I want them to. These may not fit. I may have to go to something else. I don't want to mess these up. They're so, this is what inspired this, and I have a cross stitch book that kind of inspired. Let me get the history book itself out, because you know what I did here is I painted gold in the background. I could cut one of these out and paint gold in the background. Yeah. Oh, this chair. Let me get the history book. I've got 2 of these history books. And so one I'm cutting up and for fussy cutting and for art, and the other one I'm keeping for now. Let's see if I can find some. Ooh, look at these. The Birth of a Nation. I just love this history book. Find something that stands out to me. This is what I used last week. There's an owl and a Santa Claus. And there's just, ooh. You guys, I'm zoomed in until I find what I want. I don't want to zoom out yet because I want you to see what I'm doing. And I'm just looking for something that I can use in a 3x3 area. Kind of like him. And I like to do this online. I could sit here and do it before my stream, but I kind of like to do it while I'm streaming. I'm looking for a historical picture, Pony Express. I think this is, some of these are really cool pictures. This is all about transportation. Well, am I not going to find what I want? The Mechanics of Arithmetic. School. The Reward for Intelligence. I kind of like that. To keep my hand. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's tear this out. Now, see, it's got this really neat picture here where this little boy's getting a spanking or scolded out. But what I like are these pictures here. Robert's best interview with Mr. Stops, and Mr. Stops reading to Robert and his sister. And then there's some more. So let's see what I can do with those. I think that might, and let's put this back in here. Let's put that right there. Let's see. They're going to be just a little bit wider than I have to measure. Never get it right. 2 3/4 by about 2 3/4, and this is a little bit larger. But I think I can. This is just curtain over here, and this, yeah. All right, and then I'm going to put some of this text on there too. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do maybe 4 and 5 here, and then next week I might use these, or might use, I don't know. The text is going to be interesting. All right, let's cut it out. And again, I have 2 of these books, the same thing. So I don't really mind. Well, I do mind, but if I have to destroy something on the back, I still have the other one. Now I'm going to get my trimmer out. It's very interesting. I restarted and my browser's not frozen. And it was frozen before. And it was frozen when I filmed this morning. It was frozen. I don't know what it is. All right, let's go ahead and trim this. Right here. And let's take the text off because I don't want to mess up the text. And I might have to anyway. And 2 3/4. I think I can do that. I hope, because that's where I cut it, at 2 3/4. If I have to put some gold behind it, I will. Oh, did I? Yeah, I think I did. That's a little bit more than 2 3/4 there. Let's see what I did here. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut that. Wasn't 2 3/4. 2 3/4 is there. Yeah. I was off a couple inches. All right. I'm happy with that. And so I'm going to put this in here. And this text is going to, I'm going to cut off the first 2 words, I think, in that word. But nobody's really going to read it word for word anyway. Well, they might, but. And I think I want to save the title here. Mr. Stop reading to Robert and his sister. I'm going to save that. So let's cut this first. Right in there. And cut this down about a that in there. And then this is going to have to come right on the other side of the H. I'm going to do our, I think our Phibbsville. I'm going to tell my Miss Mary's mystery story next, and we'll do our Phibbsville character. I want to do that earlier in the stream. We were so late last week with it. So I think that's the next thing on my list after I get this done. I could put this over here. In fact, I think I will. I think it'll fit in the same spot. Well, no, it's a little bit bigger. I'll just do it what I measured it in. And I want to do an art study tonight of illuminated manuscripts. And I'll show you where I'm going with that later. And I do have a doodle game in case we finish up with our everything else. But I'm saving that for last. I'm going to tell a little Phibbsville story tonight. Just a little one. I kind of like that in there. And I'll probably come back later and put black around and for shadow around in these boxes. But for right now, I'm just filling in the spaces. And this shadow box is themed. I call these two-dimensional shadow boxes. And every week we fill in a little cubby hole until and it was 16 weeks, and I think that'll take us up to Christmas. And I call them two-dimensional shadow boxes because they're not three-dimensional. And I've themed this one history, and the other one I'm just doing as a demo. So there is that one. Let's see if I can't put some of that glue back. There is that one. Let's zoom out again here now. Now YouTube's really cooperating with me. Ray, you must have really... My camera's a little crooked again. I keep bumping this camera with my head. Sorry for the... Did I go the wrong way? I always go the wrong way. Come on. There we go. Okay, there's my history one. And here's the demo one where I just put dishes in. Last week I put a little jar and I put a portrait lady in there. My fancy dishes, my little Tim Holtz lady, and there's just leaves and a postage stamp and a bird. So there are those. Those are done. Yay, yay. So I think we're ready for the Phibbsville characters here. And we did our illuminated letters. Let's get this out. I'm looking for my art journal. I have to show you this. When I do my fussy cutting, I was fussy cutting today. And this is another Phibbsville character. When I get these This is Woman's Day magazine, but they have inspired. But look at these two little ones going trick-or-treating. I think I'm going to put that in my art journal, just like it is. But I get these like this, and I can't cut them up. This says Together Again, and there, you know, there's mugs. And this one says Books Like Fire, and it's kind of got a heart made out of a sculptured book. Oh, and this is some bread that I want to bake. And this is talk about meditating. And so I get all these full page things. What we love, I didn't want to cut these up. And so I think what I'm going to do, and here's one with the fall theme. How beautiful the leaves grow old. How full of light and color are their last days. This was out of the Country magazine, Country Living magazine. And here's the thoughts out of the Real Simple magazine from, I don't know the date. And this one, I laugh at this one. This is the Kohler, you know, this was probably the back cover of a magazine. But look at her. Maybe you guys have seen this ad. I think she'd make a pretty lighthouse lady. She's kind of a Halloween, I don't know, you guys probably know. Mirror, mirror, what is she, the Wicked Witch of Kohler? Mirror, mirror with the Verdura voice mirror. You can control music, lighting, and other products with your voice. Fairy tales do come true. I probably fussy cut her out and put her in my lighthouse. So I'm wanting to get to my art journal with my list. What did I do with it? Did I put it over on this side? Yes, I did. Let's see where I am here. I think I'm progressing through here pretty fast. So we did the shadow box. We did the illuminated letters. Oh, I want to have the postcard giveaway. How many people do we have in here? We got 46 people. That's a good. If you're out there just lurking and you want to win a postcard, I'm going to give away 5. I'm going to keep 3. I'm going to send one to Dar for Happy Mail. I'm going to send one to Becky because she hosted the Dirty Dozen, and I'm going to keep one. I'm going to keep one for myself. And so that leaves 5 that I can give away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just picked these in the order that they were stacked. And no, you know, these are the ones I'm going to give away. Those are the ones that are going to be in the giveaway. We're going to do that now before I do anything else. Let me pull this out because I have my list. And then I can send them off tomorrow. So we're going to do the giveaway, and then we're going to tell the Miss Mary mystery story, and then I'm going to do the art study. And maybe the doodle game if it keeps going, if I keep floating through this. All right, I need to get a sheet of paper for the giveaway. I like this blue paper. I'm running out of it. I'm going to go to Walmart and get some more. And I still got some sheets. I keep track of who wins. And the way the giveaways work is international on the postcards. NATCs and the small things, international, are welcome to play. And I usually do small things because that's what I do. That's what I've been doing. Let's put that there. And I'm going to number these. I'm going to save these 3 back. And I'm going to number these. I'm going to give away 5 of them. International are welcome to play. We're going to choose a number. When I say go, we'll choose a number between 1 and 100. And only one number. Unless you see, if somebody has a duplicate, try to resolve that. Say, so-and-so, we both have the same number, or so-and-so, you have my number, something like that, and try to get that resolved. The person that will win it will be the person who is closest to it without going over. I don't know if I try not to talk during the other than resolving duplicates. I don't know if I gave all the rules. And be patient with me. And I don't mind if I make a mistake. I don't mind you calling me out on it because I miss things. So if you see I did something wrong, let me know. So this is a Owl Dirty Dozen postcard giveaway. And what did I do with that lid? There it is. This isn't dark enough for me. And this is 10/4/19. And I'm just calling these Owl postcards. And I'm going to give away 5, and we'll work down through the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use a sequence number generator, and then I'll list the top 5 numbers and the person that wins it. And if you win it, if I don't have your address, if you get your address to me within 7 days, or I'll plop it back in there. And I have to say, I've been getting addresses just fine now. So if you get it to me as soon as you can, I'll try to get it mailed off as soon as I can. So I have to go to random org here. Janet's saying something to me. Let's see what she's saying. Janet messaged me. What are you saying, Janet? Hugs? Okay. That must have been in a group setting, a group deal. You collect postcards? Jean Holman, I saw a comment on one of the videos. She says she collects postcards. Let me get rid of my notifications. And let's see, I need to go to random org here. So let me go out here and do a new tab and random org. And what am I missing? I'm going to sequence number generator. Don't say anything until I type in go. Oh, I know what I need to do. Very lightly with my Sharpie pen, I'm going to number these. So, and I'm just going to go down. This one needs a border on it. I'm just going to number them. So whatever number you get, you'll win this card. There's 1, 2, and I'm not even looking at the front. I have no idea. 4 and 5, just how they fell into sequence. So there we go. And a number between 1 and 100, the person closest to the numbers we work down will win it. And just for my sake, I'm going to refresh because it says I have 3 people in here. And I always have to refresh. Hold the phone. There I am. Oh, look, I've got 45 in here. All right. So Janice said, I successfully did not get Indian ink on everything. Way to go, Janice. All right. So I'm going to type in go. So, whoops, I typed in ho. All right, go. Number between 1 and 100. Thank you, Aunt Beck. Petals, you have the same number as Aunt Beck. Petals, can you put in a different number? Aunt Beck and Petals have the same number. Petals, would you put in a different number? See any duplicates out there other than Petals and Aunt Beck? I don't. Sometimes I stare at these numbers and my eyes glaze over. Debbie said she already said 31. Thank you, Petals. Who else put in 31? AJ, and AJ put in a number. Tony, Susan has 11. Tony, can you put in a different number? Which one of you were first? Whoever was second, put in a different number. Thank you, Tony. Are we all? 19 is taken? Well, Petals put in 5. Tony was first. Well, Tony put in 69, but did I see another 69 out there? No, I guess I didn't. It's I saw 67 and a 66, a 68. 69. You guys are right close together. 64. Are we all set? I think we're all set. Hi, Lucia. Do you want to put a number in between 1 and 100? That's not a duplicate. 2 people have 99, Barb is saying. Do 2 different people have 99? Janice has a 99. Who else has a 99? I like to get these sorted out before I do the... Oh, Janice and Janice. Janice put the same number in twice. That's okay. Violet. Did Lucy put in a number? Yeah, 99 are both Janice. Hi, Nikki. Welcome. Nikki gave us a 5. Thank you, Nikki. It's good to see you in here. Lucia, did you pick a number? Oh, Lucia. Am I not seeing her? Did she pick a number? You're buffering. We'll give you a minute to get out of the buffer. I'll give you a minute, Lucia. We're in no hurry. Pick again, Nikki. We're trying to resolve duplicates. I would rather resolve the duplicates here than have a conflict later. And there's not like there's 800 people in here. So, hi, Lynn. Welcome. Lynn put in 60. I don't think anybody else has 60, so I think she's okay. Welcome, Lynn. Did Nikki put in a different number? 6. Well, then, if it's not 5, put in 6. Okay, let's end it, and it won't let you put in a number. Hi, Pie Marie. You're new to us. Welcome, welcome. Lori Loves put in 8. We got a 51 going there. Pie Marie, just kind of because I've got some new folks in here. You'll have to get your address to me. I know I don't have your snail mail address. I'm doing a postcard giveaway, but I'll need it within 7 days if you win. Lucia's at a football game. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Lucia's buffering. And Beth, do you want to pick for Lucia? I'll let you pick a different number. Or Holly, somebody pick for Lucia. Somebody pick for Lucia. Just say for Lucia and put in a number, a reasonable number. And the first person that does it will... Oh, you did? What is it? It won't let you. Oh, 88. Okay, she picked 88. She wrote it out. She wrote it out. 88. All right. Thank you, Lucia. I hope you get it. I'm almost tempted to send you something just for all the trouble. All right. All right. Let's stop or we're going to scroll off here. Stop. I'm not even going to count down. 2 8s. We got your first one of 88, Lucia. That's what we're going to use. All right, let's go to random work. Sometimes this is a pain, isn't it? Sometimes this is a pain, but I'd rather get it out of the way now. The sequence numbers are, oh, somebody picked a 69, I remember. The sequence numbers are, I'll put my phone vertically here, 69, 77, 50, 89, and 71. Wow, they're all high numbers. Look at that, or pretty high numbers. All above 50. Isn't that interesting? All right, somebody had a 69 on the nose. I know they did. Tony. And I have Tony's address, so you're good, Tony. How about 77? Who had a 77 or closest to 77 without going over? Suzanne has a 70. Oh, look, Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Crystal has it on the nose. I think, Crystal, you have a new address. I think I have your new address, too, from the last time you gave it to me. But just to be sure, would you send it to me again? Hi, Azure. There's Azure. All right, we're going for, I think I'm good on those. And 50. Who's closest to 50 without going over? 72, 55. And Beth said 55. Send to Sharon. Petals picked again. I think it was Violet had 57. I think it was Aunt Beck send to Sharon. Aunt Beck to Sharon, am I wrong? To Sharon Lombard? Let's see what you guys are telling me. Josie is 49. Oh, Josie. Okay, sorry. Thank you, guys. This is why I like you guys having my back. I might need your address, Josie, if you're in here. Okay. I don't think I have your address, Josie. I'll need your address, your snail mail. So, I'm going to put address. And Crystal, I'd like to have you resend your address just to make sure that I have the correct one. Thank you, guys. 89 is the next one. Who has closest to 89 without going over? $82 is Suzanne. Thank you, Crystal. I got your address. Anybody closer than Suzanne? Is it Suzanne? Oh, no, it's Lucia. She had 88. Lucia, you won one. It's Lucia. I love it. All right, the next one is 71. The last one is 71. I have Lucia's address. I have Tony's address. Crystal resent. I just need Josie's address. Who's closest to 71 without going over? Bootsy. Hi, Bootsy. You were one over. Aw. Barb had 64. Tony had 69, but Tony's already won, so not Tony again. What are you guys saying here? Janet is 68. Janet was, is it our Janet? I got to look here. Is it Janet Baum? Yeah. All right. We're going to go with what you guys say because, all right, I will get them mailed out. I'll get them mailed out tomorrow. And Ruth Lamb won the lantern one. And if I do, oh my goodness, if I do, I'll have postcards to give away. Catch up with my Inktobers. All right. All right. That's all done. Here they are. Here's the postcards that you're getting. Little owls. And Petals sent me, she asked me this morning, and I think I answered her, but I don't know if she saw it. She sent me this jot stencil that it goes around in a circle, and it has owls on it. She sent me one with feathers and one with paisleys. And I used the owls in Aunt Beck's, and the owls have one eye open, one big eye open with kind of a wink there, and then one eye closed. They're really cute. I really do like these stencils, Petals. Thank you so much. So there we go. And I know I have a giveaway where I'm stamping out stamps that I need to send to Sandy and Holly, and is it another person? It might be Cheryl. I don't remember. But those are, and Suzanne asked for one. So I think I'm ready for the Fibbsville story. And I'm going to tell the story before we do our character. Let me get my journal out. Just to make sure I'm on track here. Did I pull that list out? Yes, I did. I pulled it out. So see, I'm getting right down through here. I might, gosh, what time is it? We kind of got thrown off track with having to restart, but oh, it's 9 o'clock. Yeah. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. No need to apologize. Tony says the owl is her spirit guide. Oh, ooh, woo, woo, woo. Aunt Beck says she can't stay. Oh, are you going down to your house to work on your house, Aunt Beck, this weekend? You have a great weekend. You take care of yourself. Good night, Becky. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Yeah, you rest well, Becky. It's important for you if you have a big weekend ahead of you. So I'm going to go ahead and start with I'm going to put this one with the postcards I'm going to send out. The story, the Fibbsville story. And if you remember right, our Destiny character had taken her car out for a drive, and she stopped. She just kind of wandered around. This was the story within a story several weeks ago. And she stopped to find out where she was. She was checking her GPS and her map and everything on Google to find out where she was. And she couldn't get her car restarted. And a guy on a motorcycle stopped and offered to help her. And he tinkered around with her car, and then he asked if she had any tools. Well, the only tools that she had was in a pink toolbox that she got at a garage sale. She hardly used them. And she said, well, they're in the back. And while he was getting them out of the back, he took off his leather jacket and laid it in the back, in the trunk. And he laid it in the trunk, and he fixed it. It just turned out to be a loose battery cable. He started it for her, and she was going, oh, he's going to laugh at my pink toolbox. And sure enough, he laughed at him. You'll have to go back and review that. I'm trying to make me an index of all the stories, but I'm just kind of recapping this story. Well, he wanted to hand her toolbox back through the window, but she was just kind of weary. She wasn't sure, she was out in the country and her car was stalled and she didn't know him. He did fix her car, but, she wouldn't roll down the window, and it kind of made him mad. And he took her pink toolbox and hopped on his motorcycle and drove off. Well, she went home and she had to stop and get groceries on the way home, and she was putting the groceries in her trunk and she noticed his leather jacket in there, and she took it home and she was trying to find some identification, and all she could find was a $5 garage sale tag. But as she was, working with the jacket, she noticed that there was some sort in the lining of, I guess I'm okay. There's something in the lining of the jacket, and there was hand stitched on the lining. And so she kind of worked that loose and she pulled it out, and it was an envelope, and it had 5 $1,000 bills in it. Well, $1,000 bills are no longer in circulation, I don't think. I think they took them out of circulation. So she knew that it was, it had been in there for a while, but yet she didn't think that jacket, that money was his, because it was sewn in there and it had that garage sale tag. She thought that maybe he had stopped at a garage sale and just picked up that jacket, and, the tag was still on there. But he drove off and she went home and she found this. So she came into the TheMeriAtelier and we were discussing it, of how she could find her mechanic. And Janice, Janice, Janice is kind of a reporter for the Daily Fibber. Our newspaper in Phibbsville is the Daily Fibber. And so they worked up an ad, and they wanted, saying, seeking the mechanic who helped me fix my car. I have something of yours and you have something of mine. Let's exchange them. Something to that effect. And so they put in the ad, and the things were, what was wrong with the car? What of mine do you have? What of yours do I have? A couple other things. What was wrong with the car? I can't remember the other two. There were other two things that he had to answer. Well, she started getting all these emails coming in, and they email addresses at the Daily Fibber, because she didn't want to put her personal address out there. And well, the Associated Press picked it up. So they're getting all these emails coming in of people just guessing, trying to, be the fake out what was, trying to get whatever she has. And, but tonight, or on Saturday when they next met, Janice was really excited because she came in and Destiny was there, and she said, I think we found him. I think we found him. Now, this is where tonight's story starts. Janice says, this has got to be him, because the email back said, I have your pink box. I think you might have my leather coat, my leather jacket. I was in the States doing a motorcycle ride, exploring the countryside, because my family roots are there. My family legacy, his family grew up in the area around Phibbsville. And your car had stalled, and you were a young lady in there, and so I stopped to help you, and all it was a loose battery cable. He put all this in the email, so man, he's right on. But he says, you would not roll the window down to let me give you back your pink toolbox, so I took it and I drove off. I'm really sorry, and I want to return it. And so, but he said, I'm out of the country right now. We'll have to somehow meet up when I come back in the country. So she's figured out that this guy doesn't live in the United States, but he's got family in the United States. So he's asking, how can we meet up? So that's kind of where our story ends. We're trying to figure out when, who is he? He didn't give a name. All that we have is an email address for him. So there's where our story ends now, is we've heard from a very likely person who is our mechanic man. And we know that he has the pink toolbox, And he's identified the jacket. He identified what was wrong with the car. I mean, this has to be him. He's right spot on. So we're trying to figure out how they're going to reply. I guess, are they going to do it via, online? You send it to me and then I'll send to you, or when are you going to be back in the States? And she's kind of wanting to know more about this person. So that's where my story ends for tonight. That's all there is to it. I'll let you know what happens. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. Janice says, just be watchful, Cheryl. It takes a while to show up. I had a stomach. Oh, is there a talking about flu? Oh, my. They did not give him paperwork on the side effects. Let's see. Nikki's saying, I'm listening while trying to organize my new craft room. Hi, Faith. Welcome. She can buy a a better toolbox, Holly says, not pink. Yeah, but don't forget, he doesn't know about the $5,000 that were the 5 $1,000 bills that were in the lining. And he never mentioned that. And so that's another thing to consider. Is she going to tell him about that? And she's pretty sure he probably picked that jacket up at a garage sale while he was tooling around the country on his motorcycle. That's what she thinks. And she hasn't told him yet. She's, in fact, they haven't replied at all yet. Janice and Destiny have not replied at all yet. But Janice was so excited that they got the email, because this has to be him. And what we know about him is he's pretty spot on, and he lives out of the country, but he's got a family legacy or family roots back in Phibbsville. That's all we really know about him. So we're trying to figure out what is the next step, I suppose, to figure out how they're going to meet up. When is the next time he's going to be in the States? So that's kind of hasn't been resolved yet. Hi, Faith Key. Welcome, welcome. Janice said, we're having lots of fun with the emails. It's like clues on a treasure map. Cheryl says, I will tell him he went to bed early tonight. So let's see. Throw the jacket in the ditch and head to Michael's. Oh, dear. She should keep the money but give the jacket back. Hey, Cheryl. We're talking about different things here. Cheryl, is it to Pierre that has a tummy ache? Is that what you're talking about? Hi, Lucia. Lucia says, hi, Nikki. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Pierre had a shingle shot yesterday, and it's been rough on him. Oh, I'm so sorry. At least he doesn't have shingles, does he? Mary, just your email. Thank you, Josie. And that's where Aunt Beck said good night. Okay, so I'm up with you guys, and I'm buffering. So let me clear out my buffer. I always buffer. I get all these notifications. Looks like Mark is online. Let's close out. So, I mean, I'm not closing out my camera. I'm just closing out my YouTube on my phone. Whoops, there's this sequence number generator. Let's go back and open up my stream. So that's my next chapter in the Miss Mary Mysteries. So what we've been doing for the last several weeks is we've been doing these little mind maps of all these little fictional characters, Phibbsville fictional characters that are running around Phibbsville. And we added a new one last week, Fiddlesticks Frankie. He's a hunk drummer. And Cheryl wrote a rhyme. Fiddlesticks Frankie, play for me, fix my pipes. Wish you could do for free. So we added a new one. So what I've been doing, we've done Montana, the little white squirrel, and she fell out of the tree on Friday the 13th. And Little Bandit, our little kitty, got the blame, but Mina stuck up for him. And we did, Holly suggested Joy Melody Star, who is Santa's long lost little sister. And we did that one. Mrs. Claus kicked her out of the North Pole because they had a cookie war. And last week we did Peter Piper, the plumber who played the pipe organ. He's right here. So what I've been doing on these is I've been going to random.org and just picking a number. And we do that one. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We have a lot of fun doing these. We have a lot of fun doing these. So let's go pick one. Let's see what you guys are saying. She doesn't say anything, nor does he. They both think that neither one knows about the money. He knows that there's a map watermarked onto the money and wants it back. Oh, that's interesting, Tony. So what's happening, Tony says what's happening is he knows the money's in there, but there's a map, a watermark of a map on there, and he doesn't want to tell her about the money in there. And she found it, but she doesn't want him to know. So neither one of them are telling each other about the money. What a great plot, Tony. I love that. Hi, Denise Joe. Thank you, Josie. I'm trying to go back and put an index to my stories and as I update that, I'll update it on the community tab. But then after I get all that done, I kind of want to write a little synopsis because I just tell these verbally here, and I just tell them as they come out of my mouth. So what you hear is what you get. And you know what? I think that that's the best way to tell a story, because I tried reading a story and I tried reading it to myself, and it bored me. It bored me to no end. So I think that if I just tell it and let it come out of my mouth, mistakes and all, and let you guys fill in the blanks, I think that's the best way. At least in Phibbsville it is. He will not fool around. He will go if he needs to go. Let's see. Oh, it's talking about Pierre. Crystal, she sends him a money order, but it gets stolen. Well, I think what's going to happen really is he's going to have to, they're going to try to find out if he's going to be back in the States. So that's, and maybe come back, because he's researching his genealogy and his roots and his family roots, ROOTS roots in the Phibbsville area. So we're going to kind of check, I think, and see if he's going to be back in the area. He tries to get back to the States and his passport is stolen. It's storytelling, not story writing. Yes, Faith, it is. It is. And I suppose if you tell a story enough, you will tell it perfectly without stumbling over it. I've heard some really good storytelling, but I think that the stories have been repeated and repeated and repeated by the same person, and it's just one little chapter, and it starts and ends. And we've got several chapters going here. But what I'd like to do after I get that index done is just kind of write a little synopsis of what happens in each story. So if you're not familiar, if you're new, you can say, oh, this happened in this chapter and that happened in that chapter. And speaking of these stories, somebody in here, and it was probably on a Friday night, suggested that I read the Mitford book series. I think it's by, is it Jan Jackson? Jan somebody. And I did get the first book, and I've read it. I've finished it. I'm ready to go on to book 2. Don't forget, everyone will need a gold star on their driver's license for real. Oh, really? Now, I think that's by state, that's not federal, is it, Cheryl? I think some states have, because I think that was discussed in Wisconsin a couple years ago and they voted it out. Yes, it leads to more money. They end up looking for it together. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, stop with that. Those are good plots. I can't go any further than that, though, or I'll lose track. So let's move on to, let's do our Phibbsville character. Let's go to random.org and pick a character. I'm going to go to, I'm going to go up to the top one and refresh this whole thing. And I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 35. And if it's one we've already done, we'll do it again. So between 1 and 35, generate, and it's 14. And 14 is, oh, well, no, we did the plumber. This one is the bald, nearsighted barber. It's the bald, nearsighted barber. Did I have more than one note on him? I don't think I did. Who suggested the bald, nearsighted barber? How did he lose all his hair? All right, let me write it down. He'll need a name, and you guys know how we've been doing this. I'm going to take my phone off of it bothers me. All right, let's go into chat. So that they can validate that the idea is real. But isn't that by state, Cheryl? I think that's by state because I'll have to research that. In the upper right corner. Town full of wonky haircuts. All right, let's get started on this before you guys get ahead of me. We're doing the bald, nearsighted. I'll have to look up and see who suggested this. Nearsighted barber. If you're in here, you suggested it. I'd like to know. Barber. Check with the DMV. Okay, Cheryl. I will. Okay, so we're going with the who is a, what. We're doing the little who, what, when, where, whys. Who, what, when. See. Who, what, when, where. The, why. E, and how is F. So who is the barber, but what's his name? That's what we want to know first. We want to know the name of our barber. So got a name for him? That person hunting for the jacket could be dangerous. He could be, Nina. All right, let's go back up to the top here. Let's see. I think I missed some. You guys are still on the Mary Mystery. Let's go on to the barber. Janet said a town full of wonky haircuts. He gives wonky haircuts. Flow beat. Good one, Faith. Let's see, what did Faith say? He uses a flow beat. What's a flow beat? I don't know what a flow beat is. Mary's Mary's out of date, I guess. I don't know what a Floby is. I'm afraid to ask. Oh no, you guys, it must be something terrible. I'm sorry I asked. I should just keep quiet. He wears a black Coke bottle glasses with a strap to hold onto his head. Okay, so that's how he looks. So how he looks, he wears black Coke bottle glasses. I'm getting a picture of him. Coke bottle glasses with a strap to hold it on his head. Call him Edward Scissorhands Jr. Edward Scissorhands Jr. Edward Scissorhands. Am I going off of the screen here? Scissors Hands Jr. Junior. Does that mean there's a senior? Floyd. We got Floyd and Edward. And if we get too much of a conflict like we did last night, I'm going to resolve it by going to random org so we don't have an imbalance. Because you guys, you all think differently, and I think that's a really good thing, but we need to settle on one or the other. And the only way I know to do that objectively is to ask random org. I'm sure anyone who can counterfeit a driver's license can figure out the star too. We're talking about stars and Floyd. You guys are liking Floyd. How about Floyd Scissorhands Jr.? Let's do that. Floyd, we'll combine it. Floyd Scissorhands Jr. Squiggy. Bruno. Buddy the Barber. All right, we've settled on Floyd, though. Floyd Scissorhands Jr. Thank you, guys. I love them all, though. Curly the one-eyed Barber. Oh, he's only got one eye? Is that why he's nearsighted in one eye? No, he's just nearsighted. I think he's got both eyes. Me either. Let's see. I think it's a vacuum cleaner type attachment. Floby. I don't know what it is either. Denise Jones says, I think it's a vacuum cleaner type attachment. The attachment for a vacuum cleaner to cut hair. The attachment for the vacuum cleaner to cut hair is a Floby. Is that for real? Attachment for vacuum cleaner to cut hair. A vacuum cleaner to cut hair? Do you mean to sweep up the hair that's been cut? It's a vacuum cleaner with whirling razors. Really? A vacuum with whirling razors. Ew. That sounds dangerous. A vacuum with whirling razors. I'm going to have to go look that up. No wonder I don't know what it is. I like Floby. It's a piece that you attach to your vacuum. Really? With a Band-Aid on the bridge of them. On the glasses? With a Band-Aid on the ridge of the... Okay, a Band-Aid on the ridge of the black glasses. On the bridge of the glasses. I love that. We know he's bald. So here's a how question. How did he lose his hair? How did he lose his hair? Did it just naturally fall out, or was there some traumatic event? Did he use the wrong type of product on his head? You can probably still buy one on eBay. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of a Floby. Good night, Suzanne. Thanks for coming. Good night, Suzanne. How about James Blunt? That's a good one, Tony. That's why haircuts come out wonky. why he gives wonky haircuts. I like that as I figure out what it is. He gives wonky haircuts. Floby is from the 70s. Really? It sucks the hair in and cuts it. Ew, for true? It sucks your hair into a vacuum and cuts it. Oh, ew. No wonder he's bald. He probably tried it on himself. he goofed with the Floby on his head. I figured that one out. He goofed using the Floby on his head and it turned him bald. Oh, he was in training. He goofed in training. Using the Floby on his head. And so he lost his hair. I love it. Let's see. It sucks your hair into a vacuum. I've never heard of that. But then my mom cut my dad's hair, but she just used the plain old clippers. And then she swept it up with a broom. It sucks your hair into a vacuum and cuts it. Huh. Weird stuff. YouTube it. Well, I will later after I stream. I know a guy that swore by it, Suzanne says. I think you can see an old commercial on YouTube for the Floby. You can see old commercials for it. Ancient Orange in the Floby. Agent Orange. Well, that might make him sick, though, and give him cancer. He lost his hair in a product accident. Well, the product accident was with the Floby. I've settled that one. Nervous breakdown caused by a manic depressive brother. Okay, so he's got a manic depressive brother. Manic depressive brother. What's his brother's name? Gets on his nerves. I'll put gets on his nerves. He hasn't had a breakdown yet, we'll say, because but I need a brother's name, a manic depressive brother's name. His shop is haunted. His hair fell out from being scared so much. His shop is haunted. Well, we could say that, let's see. We could say the shop is haunted and when he was using the Floby, it scared him, and so he goofed, and he lost his hair using the Floby because he saw some sort of a haunted. He was haunted. So the shop was haunted, and he goofed with Floby. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to try to tie this stuff together. That makes more sense to me. So we got the haunted shop in there. He made his own concoction out of hair restoration. Okay, so he makes his own. He's invented own hair restoration tonic. Does he try to sell it? We have Floyd the Barber from the Andy Griffith and Johnny Depp combined. I don't know too much about Johnny Depp. I know what he looks like, and I know he was that pirate, but I don't follow the movie stars that much. I know who Andy Griffith is. My brother, they took wrestling off a Tuesday night and put it on Wednesday night. It just drives me nuts what they do. But on Tuesday night, my brother is so disappointed that wrestling wasn't on, but we discovered that Andy Griffith was on, so he watched that. And Gomer Pyle, he likes that. Andy Griffith and Johnny Depp combined. He mistook his wife's bottle of Nair for his hair gel, and it never grew back. Well, I think, Mina, we kind of resolved it with the ghost being in the shop, and he goofed with the flow bee while he was in training. It scared him, and it sucked all his hair off his head. And he invented a hair retonic to restore it. Now, how can I work in Nina's wife's bottle of Nair? He tried unsuccessfully to use his wife. So is he married? Bottle of Nair, and it didn't work. So that's how we're going to work that in, Mina. I kind of changed your thought, but I want to work it in with the rest of. So we got a wife. We got him married. Mina married him off. So what's his wife's name? How did he meet her? You have two Suzannes? I have two Suzannes in here. I got Suzanne Hale, and who's the other Suzanne? I'll have to. I got. Oh, one Suzanne. Suzanne 2. Oh, Suzanne 2 said goodnight. Okay. Who was the other one? She said goodnight. Didn't we say goodnight to her up here someplace? I'll have to recheck that in chat, Suzanne Hale. I didn't. Yeah, Josie. Mina said that he had a wife because she had a bottle of Nair and it didn't work. So, Flo is his wife. I love it. Flo is another Fitzville character. I love that. Okay, his wife is Flo. Flo is our. We haven't done Flo yet. Oh, this is going to get good. Flo, let me get it out. We have a Flo here. Flo is a waitress with a beehive hair. So, all right. So he's married to Flo, the beehive waitress, the waitress. So we can't marry. We can't unless we divorce him. All right. Let's see. You guys are going too fast for me here. Let's see. His brother's name is Clippers. So his brother's name is Clippers. Brother is Clippers. Okay. Oh, I got Clint and Clipper. I like Clippers, Tony. We're going to name him Clippers, Barney. Brother is Wilbur. I picked Clippers. He tried to perm his own hair, but added the wrong thing because he couldn't see it. Oh, Asher. He lost his hair due to a power surge. Oh, due to a power surge? Okay, there was a power surge. We'll put that in here. That would work. All right. He tried to perm his own hair, but added the wrong thing because he couldn't see it. Suze, how are you doing? A lady using the Flow Bee. I like that, Mina. Let's see. Not too bad. Chicken you. It's like a pair of clippers with a long extension. Brothers Wilbur. Brothers Clippers. We picked Clipper Tiny Tim. Family's Barn correspondence course. He trained in his family. Okay, his shop is on Main Street, Janet says. So where is his shop? His shop is on Main Street. All right. But do we have a Main Street? I'll have to look at our map and see where Main Street is. And he trained in his family. So that would be a how. I'm going to have to do an F1 here. Let's see. Let's get out paper. Extra paper. This is where I start adding. I'm going to add down here. F1 is how. How he trained with family. So that means his dad or somebody, his brother, knew barbering within family. We'll have to fill in some of the blanks. With a correspondence course. Correspondence barbering course. That's how they learned, all of them, with a correspondence course. When you break your hairstyling bowl, you will appreciate the flow. His brother's name is Clippers. Didn't his tonic work? Well, let's see. Did his tonic work? Let's go back. No, he invented his own hair restoration. Now, does it work? So that's a question. Does it work? I don't think we've resolved that. Does his invention work on his hair? Or did it just work once? Oops. Oh, wait, I lost the... There's wrestling on Friday nights? Oh, no. He doesn't know that. I won't say anything because Friday nights is my night. The other nights, Monday and Tuesday, and I think Aunt Beck is going to pick up on Wednesdays again. So I might, I won't do anything on Tuesday nights because Beth and Scrap Chick go on. So I won't stream during their stream. I won't do that to them. So Wednesday night, if Aunt Beck isn't, I discussed that with my brother, and he kind of agreed. If Aunt Beck is on, I'll just follow Aunt Beck, but she's not on, he'll probably let me stream. But Friday night is my night. Thursday night, neither one of us care. Wrestling, let's see, clip for short. Clip for short. Clip for short. I love that. The power went out and the Flowbee short-circuited, so the smoke started to bill out. Okay, well, the power outage. Short circuit. So he didn't use it anymore. Smoke-filled shop. I'm just kind of paraphrasing here so I can get it written down. The name of the shop should be Crazy Cuts. I love it, Cheryl. His shop is on Main Street and it's called Crazy Cuts. I love it. Crazy Cuts. I love that. Good idea. Faith is freaking funny. What did Faith say? Clip for short. Yeah. Snippety doodahs. Snippety doodahs. Where does that fit? When, how, what? I guess that's a what? Snippety doodahs. I'm going to go to B1 here. B1 is kind of what he hums while he barbers. Snippety doodahs. He hums snippety doodah. Snippety doodah when he cuts hair. When he cuts hair. Wife? Yeah, he's got a wife. His wife is Flo. Flo is our waitress. Wait till we get the waitress. She's got a beehive. Uh-oh. Don't go with that one. Flo is his wife. On form tonight, Janet. Face, she says we'll kiss. Yeah, she does. We'll get to Flo when we do her, Faith. Azure says his brother Wilbur attacked him with Nair. No, his brother is Clip, Azure. So it's brother Clip attacked him with Nair in the middle of the night, and his wife tried to fix it with the Flowbee, but it never grew back. Well, that's a good story, but he really tried. We've got him training how to use the flow bee, and the shop was haunted and it scared him, and so he goofed and it sucked. The flow bee sucked all the hair off of his head, and he uses the flow bee so he gives wonky haircuts, but because it sucked all of the hair off of his head, he invented this hair restoration. I still don't know if his hair restoration product really works. He tried to use his wife's flow nair, but that didn't work, so he invented his own. But we don't know if his invention works. We know he's got a brother. He's got a brother, Clippers. We'll have to come up with another story for Clippers, Azure. We've already named his brother Clippers. Cheryl had a commercial. The shop should be called Crazy Cuts. Yeah, that's the shop name. I love that. Actually, his family groomed dogs. That's how he learned. Well, that's the background. That's how they got interested in it. Let's see, his family grooms dogs, and so they thought that the dog grooming business was kind of going out of business because the cats are taking over Phibbsville, and everybody's getting cats. So his family grooms dogs for business, but business is slackening. Business is slackening because of all the cats in Phibbsville. Of cats in Phibbsville. And so they thought that they would go into the hair cutting business. So they wanted to learn barbering. And so they got a flow bee, and they because it was recommended in the correspondence course. I settled that one. I think he should have patches of hair all over his head. Well, he's bald. He's bald. He could have patches of hair above his ears, but he's the bald, nearsighted barber. So he can have a patch of hair here and a patch of hair here. He's got big black glasses. I'm not sure if those are Coke bottle glasses. And he's got a Band-Aid on the bridge of his glasses. He's bald. We could give him we could put a Band-Aid on top of his head too. He's got kind of a wonky haircut here. It's kind of scraggly here. So we'll give him a nice, neat haircut over here and a scraggly one there. For another $5, he does nails. We don't have a manicurist, so yeah. So let's see. They're going off to D here. D1. We'll put, this is about the shop. Shop for extra $5. He does nails. Extra $5. He does nails. I don't even want to ask. My youngest son has been jabbering my ear off. I love that, Holly. Cheryl keeps getting buffered out. Oh, no, Cheryl. Holly says she can pay attention now. His hair tonic is really snake oil. So this goes with his invention. It is really snake oil, but it is really, does it work? I don't care if it's snake oil, if it works. It is really snake oil. Where did he get that? Where did he get it? He invented his own snake oil? Snippety Doodahs, name of the shop I was thinking. Well, I think the name of the shop is Crazy Cuts. Snippety Doodah is what he sings when he cuts hair. That's how I got it, says Holly. I got to work it together here with all these suggestions. Sticks Holly's ear back on. Add cheap before crazy. Oh, cheap crazy cuts. Good idea, Anne. Cheap crazy cuts. I can go with that. That's the name of his shop. He's got a little barber pole here. We'll put a barber pole here real fast. I don't know how they look at the top. I think they look something like that. A little barbershop pole. Cheap crazy cuts. $5 extra and you get your nails done. He sings a song before each haircut. Yeah, the song he sings at Snippety Doo Dahs while he's cutting the hair. The marriage? Was that a secret they were keeping? Nikki says the marriage. Was the marriage a secret? I don't know. We haven't established that. Debbie. Hi, Debbie. She says, I'm lurking as I do a little art and a little cleaning. I'm enjoying this story a lot. Yeah, I am too. Debbie, I have to tell you, every time we do one of these, this is the fourth Fibbsville, kind of a fictional character, kind of like like our little white squirrel. They're kind of little. I don't want to say they're fairy tales. They're kind of like little creatures that run around Fibbsville. They're not real people, even in Fibbsville. But this is the fourth one we've done now, and every one, you guys are so creative. I just laugh and laugh and laugh at these. Let's see. Janice says, why? Because he likes to keep up on all the town gossip, so he just keeps at it, no matter how bad he is. Why what? Why? Janice is answering a why. He likes to keep up on all the town gossip. Well, that's kind of a B one. He as he barbers, I like that. He likes to keep up on town gossip. That's a good way to learn your gossip. Up on town gossip. You know, those men, they're just as bad as the women. So he just keeps at it, no matter how bad he is. Snippety, here. Snippety doodah, snippety ah. Oh, my heart. Oh, my. What a wonderful day. Plenty of haircuts coming my way. Snippety doodah. Holly's singing it. Let's write that down. Snippety. We'll put some musical notes here. Of course, there'll be wonky ones. Off key. Snippety. I like that. Snippety doodah. Snippety. A. My oh my. What a wonderful day. I'm loving it, Holly. Wonderful. What a wonderful day. Wonderful is a big word when you're trying to write fast. Plenty of haircuts coming my way. Oh, I love it. Coming my way. Snippety doodah, snippety a. Good one, Holly. Good one. Got it. His shop is the male hangout spot in town. Okay, so this is D. So his shop is the male hangout. It's the male hangout spot in town. Mina, I think we need to add the ghost as an additional character. Why is it still earthbound? Or is it a dog who died of humiliation? Okay, I'm going to add him, Mina. Let's add the ghost. Let's add the ghost. We'll add as we go, and if Brandon picks him, we'll work on him. 36. We're going to call this the Fibbsville Barbershop Ghost. No, let's just Phibbsville. Yeah, I'm going to call it the barbershop ghost for now, because that'll relate it back to the bald barber. He could be the grandpa or something of the. Let's see, barbershop ghost. I'm getting ahead of myself. Why is he still? Why earthbound? I think he's some sort of long lost relation. And he can't, well, I don't want to get into the spiritual side of things. Why earthbound? We'll come back to that. Is it a dog who died of humiliation after Clip shaved him one day? We could actually have the dog too as another one. The clipped dog or something like that. I'm going to put that as a question. Died of humiliation. Well, this could be, I'll just jot it down. We can explore that later after Clip. You know, we could actually add Clip, and we got Flo. Do we have anything else in here? I don't think we do. Let's see. After Clip shaved him one day. All right, we'll come back to that if random org picks him. All right, we got that. During the day, that is. His shop is a male hangout during the day. Oh, during the day. Okay, during day. Those males don't hang out at night in the shop. The kids like the 25-cent candy machine. Okay, so he's got a 25-cent candy machine that kids like. We'll put a little slot there, and this is candy. Little candy machine there. All right. He has patches of hair on his back. Ooh, that makes sense. He can't see because he's nearsighted. Okay, so this is more how he looks. Let's see. This goes to A1. A1. We know, well, this is, where did I put he was? Here. This is where I want to go. Patches of hair on his back. I kind of like that. Oh, how do you know, Faith? I don't want to ask because I know you'll tell me. Tony, his invention doesn't work, but he hasn't told anyone. He tried on himself once and he's still bald. I love it. So it doesn't work, but he's not telling. He is not telling anyone. He tried on himself and he's still bald. Oh, I love that. So I need to get a picture of him. Is he short and squat, or is he tall? I'm trying to get a picture of him, of his stature, his physical. We know he's got hair on his back. Flo taught him how to do the nails. Okay, we'll put that on the how. Flo taught him how to do nails. Now, Flo's a waitress. Flo taught him. Flo's his wife. We married him off. I thought we married off somebody else in there too. Maybe not. Did we marry off Peter Piper? I can't remember. I'd have to go back and check. Flo taught him how to do nails. We don't want to get any trouble with multiple marriages. Let's see if Peter Piper was married off. These are my notes from Peter Piper. Boy, you guys talk. Let's see. I can't remember. I seem to think that I don't see it. No, I don't think so. Well, we didn't marry off Peter, so I don't think. So he can be married to Flo. I didn't want to marry him to Flo if Peter was already married to him. I mean, to her. Yeah, the song is really cute. The song is cute, Holly. I love it. Suzanne says snake oil is really a reference to a fake product. Yeah. That's why it didn't work. He's a barber, not a scientist. Let's see. Radio was playing Hokey Pokey and he turns himself around and screams. Oh, dear. When does he do that? Radio is playing. One day in the shop, when he was alone in the shop, one day in shop, radio was playing the Hokey Pokey. And he screams because he sees the hair on his back. And he turns around and screams. I don't know what he's screaming about. I think it's the hair on his back. And screams. Let's see. The wife comes and collects the money. She knows he is not able to cut hair and count money. Oh, dear me. Oh, where am I going to put that? Let's see. That's a Y. That's an E1. I've got to put E1 on here. E1. His wife is Flo, so we're going to call wife Flo. E1 is a Y. E1 is Y. And the wife Flo collects all the money. Collects the money. I love it. Because she knows he cannot cut hair and count money at the same time. Oh, you guys are hilarious. He died in the middle of a haircut. He never got to finish. He feels he can't leave. Well, he's not dead. But maybe our ghost. Are you talking about our ghost? So let's go back to our ghost here. Our ghost is going to be another character. So our ghost is the barbershop ghost. We're calling the barbershop ghost. And he died. That's a good one. I'm going to put him on this other character, though. He died. He's the one who haunts the barbershop. He died, and we're going to make him, Mina wants to make him another character. In the middle, I like that. It's a good suggestion of a haircut. He never got to finish, and he can't leave. Got to finish it and can't leave. So he comes back and haunts the barbershop. But the only guy that he haunts is did we name this guy? Oh, is Floyd. He haunts Floyd. He doesn't haunt the other ones, or he might rattle some bottles, but I don't want him scaring everybody out of Phibbsville. Asher says, eek, Asher, eek. Ew, Ray says. Janet laughs. My cousin's ex-hubby lost a patch of hair on top and had a patch of hair on one back shoulder and it traveled. Oh, Holly. Short and tubby. Okay, so he's short and tubby. This gets to A. He's short and tubby. Floyd is short and tubby. And we know he's got hair on his back. He's bald and he's got some patchy hair above his ears. Shall we have, I hate to say it, should he have nose hair or should he have a mustache? I would think he might shave himself. Maybe he should have a Band-Aid on his chin for a mistake of shaving. We'll put a Band-Aid on his. He wears a Band-Aid on his cheek, Band-Aid on his chin, because he continually cuts himself shaving. See what you guys think that. Real life taught me many sad lessons. Oh, Faith. You know, life is, I guess they say that's what life is for, to learn all our lessons. And I'm talking serious now. I'm going, I sure hope when my life is over that I've learned all my lessons. I don't want to learn anymore. Every time I go through a tough time and they say you're just learning a lesson, I go, well, I sure hope by the time my life is over that I've learned them all. I can move on. He has a picture of, he has a picture of the guy in the shop who died with a piece of hair. Oh, okay. So that's the ghost. Let's see. This gets back to the shop, though. This is D. So there's a picture. There's a picture of the ghost barber. We haven't named him yet, but don't do that because we're going to do him as a separate. We're going to do the ghost as a separate mind map. He's got a whole nother story. But here, there's a picture of the ghost barber in the barber shop, hanging on barbershop wall. With a piece of hair. He's got a piece of hair in his hand as he was cutting hair. A piece of hair in his hand. So they snapped a picture of him just as he was dying. Oh dear. Yeah, Faith, every time I read that, real life taught me many sad lessons. I agree. I've been there, done that, probably have more lessons to learn. Janice, when he actually did lots of 25-cent cuts for high school boys. He went to school then. At college, $5. He inherited some money from mom and dad and came home and bought the shop. Okay, so this is a when. That's a C. ABC. I don't have any C's on here. Let's do a C. Janet even told me where to put it. When. So he did lots of 25-cent cuts for high school boys. And then he went to school. His schoolmates. I'm kind of abbreviating because I'm writing this fast. Then in college, he went to college? Did he learn barbering in college? For $5. What did he study in college? This is a whole nother rabbit trail. He inherited some money. Who did he inherit the money from? From who? Oh, from mom and dad. Mom and dad. So his mom and dad is dead? So they both passed away. He came home and bought the shop. Okay, I can buy that. And bought the shop. So he's kind of He kind of returned to Phibbsville like Miss Mary returned to Phibbsville, only she was a reluctant retiree. So he came home and bought the shop. I'm not buying a shop. I'm just having a TheMeriAtelier gathering place. Came home and bought the barber shop. I like that. That's good. I got it, Janice. Pot-bellied. Okay, he's pot-bellied, so this goes back into A. He's pot-bellied. So that's his short and tubby. He's pot-bellied. Officer Orville is married. Oh, thank you, Mina. Who did we marry him to? Yeah, he is married. We don't have his wife yet. So we're going to put... She's not a Phibbsville character, per se. She's more of a real person. And I guess this guy's kind of a real person. He's not like an animal or anything. So I guess we're going to... some of these, like Flo, is a real person. Some are fictional characters, like our little squirrel. And yeah, I guess maybe scratch that about them being... They're fictional characters, but they're not fairy tale characters. So I'm going to add Officer Orville's wife and kids on here because we did... I need a piece of blue paper. Oh, dear. Hold on a minute. You guys are way ahead of me here. I need another piece of paper or so. I'm running out of blue paper, so I'm going to get me some more Walmart paper. All right, we're going to add another character for Officer Orville's wife, because I think we need to do her someday too. So this is actually 38, Officer Orville's wife. OFFICEROR. Wife. I'm writing as fast as I can. We'll have fun with that one. All right, where are we at here? Thank you, Mina. That's right. Peter Piper is single and available. All right. Peter Piper is single and available. Let's put that on there too. Where's Peter Piper? Right here. So he's single and available. That could develop into a story down the line. All right. Tall, heavy set, and has freckles. Oh dear. No, I've got to keep this on track. I would love to do that, Ray, but we've already said he's short and tubby. I guess I'm going to have to start picking the first one if it fits. Save that for another character, Ray. Tall, heavy set, and freckles. We could have him have freckles, though. Let's give him freckles. We'll combine it. Let's give him freckles. He's kind of got spots on his head, maybe. Freckly spots, red spots on his head. You know, sometimes bald guys get a little red on their head. So we're going to put he has freckles. We'll compromise. And you say he's heavy set, and here we're saying he's tubby. So but we're going to keep him as being short. So we kind of combined it. Cheryl, does that picture have eyes that follow you across the room? Oh dear, that's one of our characters. 5'8" and 170 pounds. Well, that's kind of a medium-sized guy. What's the barber's name? The barber's name is Floyd. Floyd, and his brother's name is Clippers. His brother is manic depressive, and he gets on Floyd's nerves. His wife's name is Flo the waitress with the beehive hair. He does wonky haircuts, and the Flo bee sucks. Let's see. The Flo bee is a vacuum that sucks hair into a vacuum and cuts it. It has whirling razors, and that's why he uses it. That's why he gives wonky haircuts. The power goes out and short circuits and it smokes up the shop. And he goofed using the flow bee when the power went out. And that's why he lost his hair. That's why he's bald. And there was a power surge. That's why the flow bee, he goofed with the flow bee. And so then he tried to invent some snake oil hair restoration. He tried to use his wife's Nair. It didn't work, so he invented his own hair restoration. But it doesn't work either, but he's really not telling anybody. It's a snake oil. And he tried it on himself, and it doesn't work, but he hasn't told anybody. The shop's name is Cheap Crazy Cuts. His family used to have a dog grooming business, but business slacked off when Phibbsville got a whole bunch of cats. So the cats kind of moved into Phibbsville. And so they decided they would go into the barbering business. So that's how they started learning it with a correspondence course. That's why they learned to use the flow bee. So he wears black Coke bottle glasses with a strap to hold it on his head, and the glasses have a Band-Aid on the bridge of them. He's got patches of hair on his back. Flo taught him how to do nails. He's nearsighted, and let's see, let's go over here. He's short and tubby. Band-Aid. He's pot-bellied with freckles. Oh, he cut himself shaving. He's got a Band-Aid on, I don't know what on his chin because he cut himself shaving. Let's see. Let's go over the rest of it here. He hums snippity-doo-dah when he cuts hair. He likes to keep up on the town gossip. Holly has a really wonderful little snippity-doo-dah day. Snippity-doo-day, snippity-a. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of haircuts coming my way. Snippity-doo-dah, snippity-a. His shop is called Cheap Crazy Cuts. For $5 extra, he does nails. It's a male hangout during the day. The kids like the 25-cent machine, a candy machine. He's got a picture of the ghost barber. He's got a ghost barber who haunts him. That's kind of works in with the goofed on the flow bee. He's got a ghost, and the ghost was cutting hair and died in the middle of it. He haunts the shop because he didn't get to finish the haircut. He trained with a family in a correspondence course. His wife, Flo, collects all the money because she knows he can't count money and cut hair at the same time. He did a lot of 25-cent haircuts for his schoolmates. Then in college, he upped the price to $5, and he inherited money from his mom and dad, so he come home and bought the barbershop. Woo! Mary is getting I really am. I'm loving this story. I'm loving how all these characters are coming together. You know, I love the imagination behind them. Cheryl, let's see. Mina, the day when he was doing the hokey pokey, I'm kicking the camera. That's why my table is wiggling. I'm kicking the camera stand. The day when he was doing the hokey pokey was the first time he saw the ghost. Where was the hokey pokey? Let's see. I know I wrote it down here. Hokey pokey. Did I write it in here? Well, let's write it in here. Let's see. Hokey pokey. I know we talked about it. Hokey pokey. Oh, it's turned around. Oh, that's here because of the hair on his back. Patches of hair in his back. Oh, it's a hokey pokey. Well, we'll write it here. Hokey pokey. The day that he heard the hokey pokey was the first time he saw the ghost. Oh. I do enjoy these. I enjoy these a lot. They're really creative. I don't know Azure. I know his wife and brother's name. Screams because he saw the ghost. Yeah, he screams. He screams. Mayberry Floyd. His name is Floyd. The ghost was the old barber before Floyd. Yeah, the ghost was the old barber. So that kind of works into what he bought he bought the shop. He bought the shop from the barber that died, who's the ghost. So he bought the shop from the barber that died and is now a ghost. So put from, and is the ghost that haunts it. But now he's going to have to buy the shop before the barber dies. So the barber sold him the shop and he was still cutting hair one day. And then he keeled over and died. The ghost sits in a chair waiting his turn. Oh, the ghost sits in the barber chair. Now sits in the barber chair. Does the chair swirl around? Let's make the chair swirl around. Waiting his turn, and he swirls that chair around. Waiting his turn. And let's put these swirls the chair around. Twirls the chair around. All right. Bye, Eileen. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. They're saying goodnight to Arlene. If he's over 50, yes, nose hair and ear hair. Well, that's a good question. Is he over 50? We're going to make him over 50. That's A. We're just going to make him over 50. So let's say he's 50 plus years old. We haven't figured out the exact age, but yeah, let's make him 50 plus so we can give him nose and ear hair. He's a barber. He does wonky stuff. But it's neatly done. He trims it. I don't want him to be too sloppy. I already got him with freckles on his head and a Band-Aid up there and a Band-Aid here where he cut himself shaving. He's quite a character. His hair restoration didn't work. That's why he's wearing a Band-Aid. Lots of hair. Okay, we'll put hair, just little nose hairs. He kind of has to trim it. It kind of grows into a mustache if he doesn't get it trimmed. His nose hair. But we'll give him ear hair. He has a Scooby-Doo Band-Aid. Oh, a Scooby-Doo Band-Aid. I love that. Scooby-Doo Band-Aid. Scooby-Doo Band-Aid. He likes Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo Band-Aid. I like that. There are pictures of clowns all over the walls and they resemble Floyd. It's got a picture of the barber on the wall. We want to put clowns on the walls. He likes clowns. So the ghost, let's see, where did I do the barber shop? That was D. Do I have a D one here? ABC. Yeah, the barber shop. There's a picture of the ghost on the wall, and there are more pictures of clowns. Okay, we'll put some pictures of clowns on the wall. He likes clowns. And they resemble Floyd. That's why he likes them. They resemble Floyd. Floyd clowns. Okay. You enjoy listening while you art? I enjoy listening while I write all this down. Holly says, my Scooby-Doo and Hello Kitty Band-Aids are SLL gone. I don't know what SLL is, but they're gone. Ghost should be his grandpa. No, the ghost is the former owner of the shop that he bought the shop from. Sorry, Azure. We already settled that one. Can't change the story now. The ghost took them, Holly. What did the ghost take? Oh, the ghost took Holly's Band-Aids? Oh, no. That ghost is haunting Holly now. Holly says, what a rotten ghost. Faith says, I was joking about life teaching me about male back hair. But I agree with your philosophy, Mary. Oh, you were joking. You were joking and I took you seriously, Faith. Yeah, you triggered that memory because you know how they're always telling you when you go through a hard time that life is teaching you a lesson. I'm just going, boy, by the time my life is over with, I hope I've learned all my lessons because I don't want to learn anymore. Good night, Suzanne. College dropout. Okay, he's a college dropout. So where's that going to fit? He went to college to do those $5 haircuts, but he dropped out. So that here, college, he's going to do a college dropout. That's how come he bought the barber shop. That's he inherited money from his mom and dad and went back and bought the barber shop from the barber that died. And that's the ghost that haunts. Sorry, Azure. He's a college dropout. That's why he dropped out. He didn't drop out because he was dumb. He dropped out because he inherited money and he's gone home. Let's see. Hugs, Holly. Life is tough, and so are you. Yeah, Faith. He inherited his money from his cellmate while doing time running an illegal card game. Well, we already said he inherited money from his mom and dad. I got to keep this all on the same track or I'm just going to, it's not going to be cohesive. But save that, Denise, for somebody else because that's a good thought. Doing time running an illegal card game at night in the shop. Maybe somebody else in our bookstore. Who's running the bookstore? Is that you, Susan? Is Susan still in here? Somebody's running the bookstore. Maybe they can have a legal card game. Or we could put at night. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna use that, but we're gonna kind of change the story. That shop is a where did I put it? The shop is a hangout for males during the day, and at night we're going to use part of that. We're going to use part of it, Denise. Instead of inheriting money, he earns extra money on the side, by running an illegal. He's going to get in trouble with Officer Orville. He gets wind of that. He'll break that. Illegal card game. What card game is illegal? Crazy Eights? Illegal card game at night. So he's got to make a little extra money. He studied to be a funeral director. Well, actually, in college. Okay, that's what he was studying in college. He lost interest, so he went home and did the barbershop. He was studying to be a funeral director and lost interest to be a funeral director, and nobody in Vidsville gave him any business. No, he was studying to be a funeral director, but how does that go? But he inherited money. He inherited the money, and so he decided to drop out. That's why he dropped out. He didn't want to be a funeral director. Get a few drinks in him. He's an animal. Oh, now come on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're not going to have him drinking. No, there's prohibition in Fibbsville. No, there's not. Do we want to make him do we want to give him drinks? I have to think about that one. I have to think about it. I don't want it to turn too yucky, so to speak. But on the other hand, I don't want it to be Pollyannish, the story to be Pollyannish either. So we've already got him short and tubby with the beer pot belly. So that's why he has the pot belly. We'll work it in there. He has the pot belly because he drank too much. He likes beer. He likes beer. He likes his beer. He's got a beer belly. That's why he's pot bellied. He likes his beer. That's how I'll work the drinking in. I got to change this story to keep it not Pollyannish, but also not too yucky either. So many backstories have some readers in the house. Yes, we do. And bug teeth? You mean buck teeth? He's got buck teeth? No, okay, buck teeth. Buck teeth. I'm just going to put that here. He's got buck teeth. How did he get buck teeth? This story is getting out of hand. Maybe Floyd was a redhead, like Flo. He was Doc Arburn. Hers is bright red, out of a bottle. Well, actually, he's bald, but we could have him have red. His hair, the little squiggles of hair that's left above his ears is red. We'll do it that way. He's lost his hair up here. He wears a Scooby-Doo Band-Aid on top of his head. He lost his hair up here because of his Floby, that incident. Snake oil gave him the freckles. I can buy that. Where's the snake oil thing? Snake oil gave him freckles. Gave him the red spots on his head. Gave him red spots on his head. Red spots. You call them freckles. I'm going to call them red spots on his head. That's what the snake did. I'm kind of altering some of these. He gives out green stamps so the guys can save them and come back for a free cut or shave. Okay. So, how am I going to fit that? What? Let's see. Do I have a what? I have a B, A, B. Here. He hands out green stamps. So guys can save them. He's got a little promotion going on there with the green stamps. Save them and come back. He's got to promote his business for a free cut or shave. No more red hair. He's lost most of his red hair, Holly. Holly says no more red hair in Fibbsville. She was saying, why does everybody in Fibbsville have red hair? He's lost most of his red hair, Holly. He's just got a little above his ears and maybe a little coming out of his ear. Not that much, just come a little. No more red hair. Well, his hair is a fading red. We'll just put it's fading red because he's 55 plus. He's 50 plus. So it used to be red. How is that, Holly? He used to have red hair. Used to. But he's 50 plus now. So We decided he was 50 years old plus, somewhere on here. Here, 50 hair, because he has nose and ear hair, but it's not red. Not red. It's faded, a faded gray. How is that, Holly? He's 50 plus, so he's got faded gray hair that used to be red. It's coming to life. We can visualize the different people who work around town. Yeah, I think by doing this, we can get, we can get a good picture of it just by doing this. And we get suggestions here, and somebody suggests that, and somebody adds this, and it really comes together in a neat little character. Let's see. He wears red and white striped socks. Okay, so this is under A again. I'm running out of space in A. This is A2 over here. A2. He wears, A is who, kind of describing him. He wears red and white striped socks, and they're not striped this way. They're barber pole stripes. They're striped like that. I don't know what kind of a shoe he wears. Does he wear loafers? Does he wear loafers? I don't know what kind of shoes barbers wear. We'll give him a pair of loafers right now. So he wears red and white barber pole socks, I'm going to call them. Barber pole socks. And this is his jeans here. Barber pole socks. That I'm okay with, Holly says. Barber pole legs. Okay, he's got barber pole legs. I'm trying to figure out how that would look. He's short and stubby. So he's going to have short legs, short barber pole. And he's got the socks coming off this way, sort of. Just kind of fast sketches. Oops. I feel like we should be sitting around a fire and eating s'mores. I'm with you. Start dyeing the hair in town. We'll carry a peroxide. Oh, I am with you. We'll start dyeing the hair in town. We'll carry peroxide. Does he carry peroxide? Does he have peroxide in his shop? I'm not following that one, Cheryl. When 5 guys are there at once, they burst out into barbershop harmony songs, of course. Oh, we've got to have that. I love that idea. Oops. Oh, I got a thumbs down. Somebody doesn't like our story. Go away. There's somebody who goes around and gives everybody a thumbs down in our art communities. It just, no. If you don't like it, go away. I'm talking to our troll. If you don't like what's going on a channel, don't. I wish I'd take the thumbs down away. Just go find your own spot. Go do your own channel and see how easy it is for you. Ah. All right. Let's get off of that. So we was on the barbershop song. Let's go. This goes into the barbershop, which is D. I'm going to have to do a D2 over here. D2. D2. I like that idea. Where was that? Oh, you guys are way ahead of me. Here. 5 guys at once. So when there are 5, when 5 guys in shop, I love that idea. They burst out. And you can hear them all over Phibbsville when they sing in barbershop harmony songs. And they're good singers. They're good singers. This is not off-key stuff. If you're going to sing barbershop, you're going to sing it good. Fizzville should be colorful, different hair colors. Not Medford's wife's the same. Yeah, that's true. Keep reminding us. We're not going to make them all redheads. Barbershop quartets, yes. SLL is a typo. It's for all gone. Oh, okay. Got it, Holly. Consider him wearing a cheap toupee. Oh, he considers wearing a cheap toupee. All right. We'll put that here. Considers wearing a cheap toupee. Especially when they get together to sing barbershop songs. I like that, Anne. Holly says it's only 5:30 there. It's 11:30 for Janet. Janet, if you need to leave, you take off. This is really I wanted to do that art study, but I'll probably not do it. I'll do that another time. I might even do that in a standalone video. He keeps a toupee tied to a shoestring attached to his pocket, so he looks good for pictures in a newspaper. Okay, that's good. His toupee, he keeps his toupee. I probably spelled it wrong. Toupee tied to a shoestring. Can't you just see that? That's so he doesn't lose it. Shoestring attached to pocket. Can't you visualize that? So he looks good for pictures, so he will look good for pictures for the Daily Fibber. And they take pictures because of the barbershop. When they burst out in a barbershop quartet, they come and take pictures. No drinking, Nettie says. He has a beer belly. Yeah, he kind of, I'm 50-50 on that. He likes his beer, but Flo has to step in and make sure he doesn't drink too much. He's not an alcoholic. He's got a beer belly, and he likes his beer, but Flo says, not too much. So I kind of when we do these, I don't want it to be so Pollyannish that they get boring, but I also don't want it to be so yucky that it's not fun either. So that's why I'm saying he likes his beer, but we're not going to let him get drunk. Flo doesn't like him to get drunk. He's not that kind of a guy. He just likes to relax, come home and relax with a beer. It could be a donut belly. Good night, Petals. Thanks for coming. You take care of that family of yours. Have a great weekend. She's probably long gone. Beauty marks on his head looks like smiley faces. Oh, yeah, they could be smiley faces, but they're not beauty marks. They're red spots from his failed hair restoration product. Freckles is his hound dog that hangs out at the shop. Oh, he's got a dog named Freckles. Oh, let's see. The shop hound dog. Where's the shop? Hums, wife Flo. How? The shop is here. So it's got a Freckles the dog. Freckles is kind of the dog mascot. And he's left over from the dog grooming business. Freckles is the hound dog, shop hound dog, shop mascot. And he got him because one of his customers couldn't pay for a haircut. One of customers couldn't pay for the haircut. So I gave him his hound dog, and it just become and that Freckles could either be a bandit friend or a bandit enemy. Bandit being our little kitty. So that could develop into a story. One of customers could not pay. All right. Sweet Dreams petals. I love going to the green stamp store as a kid. Yeah, I have memories of that too, Holly. Tony says, I finished a double-page spread in my art journal. Stick a fork in me and turn me over. I'm done. I'm going to have to lurk as the meds are kicking in. Thanks for the great evening. All right, Tony, you get some rest. Thanks for coming. What time is it? It's 10:50 here. We got a little time left. I don't want to go too late. I'll probably go until about 11:30 Central, and then I'll probably call it quits. Hey, Holly, Robert Heinlein believed redheads. I don't know who Heinlein, Janet, believed redheads were the master race in sci-fi. Oh, Sandos. Sandos? Where did Sandos come from? I don't know where sandals come. Oh, sandals was a shoe? He wears sandals with his... Yes. He wears sandals. His socks. He tries to fit those socks in sandals. He wears sandals. I love that. We'll try to put his toe in sandals here. This has to be his right foot. He's got Barber poles, red and white socks, but he fits them in a pair of sandals. Ooh, that must be uncomfortable. All righty. We got him. He wears sandal shoes. Then, do you paint or draw these stories? If not, you should. That would be fun. Becky has done a couple of drawings. She gets busy, and I think she's going to be busy this weekend. But Becky did a sketch of our little Montana white squirrel, and she did a sketch of Santa's long Joy Melody Star, our little Santa's long lost sister. Really cute. I got links to in my community tab. I think of both of those where she was doing. I know I do of Santa's sister, where Holly went live and sketched them. I was going to do Peter Piper, but I got so busy this week that I didn't have time. But if any of you want to do a sketch, I would love to see it. I'd love to see what you come up with, and you can email it to me and tell me if I have permission to put it out on the community tab to share it with folks. Becky McCauley, Aunt Beck's Creation, she put hers out on Instagram, I believe. But she puts a lot of stuff on Instagram, so you might have to hunt for them. Thank you, Debbie. I just think you guys, that I don't consider this my imagine. I mean, I'm more or less the coordinator of this, but you guys are coming up with all this stuff. You know, I'm just kind of putting it down on paper as you guys say it, and we're just kind of building these characters in our streams, and I just think these are fun. These are totally fun. Holly says, I'm not a total racist. I dated a redhead once. So you will date redheads, she said, or she did it one time. Cheryl says, no, I will start carrying a bottle in Phibbsville to dye the hair from red to blonde or white. Oh, I see. Okay, Cheryl. I got it. Good girl, Cheryl. Hair turns the hair to gold. Oh, whatever you have in there is magic, Cheryl. If it turns the hair to gold. This Cheryl has the Midas touch. Denise said it's 11:45 where she is. You must be on the East Coast, Denise. If you guys need to go, if it's getting too late for you, just feel free to say goodnight. I understand. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. I think we're winding it down. Holly says, I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow. I like beer. The toupee scared the heck out of Flo and fell out of his pocket. Oh, where's the toupee? Where's the toupee? One day, it fell out of his pocket and scared Flo. That would be funny. That would be a story that they could giggle about in Phibbsville in the barber shop while they're gossiping. How his toupee fell out of his pocket and scared Flo. Can't you just see these old men sitting around in the barber shop saying, laughing about the toupee and scared Flo? Okay. A lot of mindless people in Phibbsville paying with animals. Yeah. I guess that's all they have to pay with. So that's how Lori got Montana, right? Or was it? No, it's how the Peter the Piper got. No, Lori got Montana because she fell out of a tree, but Peter Piper got the monkey because one of his clients couldn't pay his plumbing bill. Boy, that's a mouthful. Freckles occasionally joins in as the sixth part in the harmony. Oh, great idea. So Freckles, let's see, here the harmony. Where did I write the harmony? And Freckles will join in. Where is the barbershop? Here. Freckles is the dog now. Freckles, the dog, will join in as sixth part in the harmony. I love that. Moneyless, not homeless. Yeah. Sometimes it's called barter. It's called barter, Holly. When you don't have the cold cash, you say, well, will you take my dog? A hound dog solo. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Hound dog solo. Oh. I like the part about Freckles harmonizing. Like Buddy Murky, the piano dog on YouTube. I haven't seen that, Faith, but I'll bet it's cute. Becky went live, not Holly. Did Becky go live? Is Becky live now? When was that, when Becky went live? Becky went to bed. I'm trying to follow what you guys are saying, and I'm not making much sense out of it. Okay, let's see what you're saying. I wouldn't think Becky would go live. I think she went to bed. All right, I'm catching up with you. Denise says she's in Florida. Okay. Let's see, where you guys? Becky went live, not Holly. Hound dog solo, like that part about Freckles. I'm not sure what that means, Holly. Becky went live, not Holly. Becky went live, not Holly. What? Moneyless, not homeless. Cheryl, remember you're part owner of the floor shop. Oh. One of the barbershop singers gave Freckles a treat. Okay. So one of the barbershop singers gave Freckles a treat. Okay. So one of there's five guys. They're not a quartet. They're a barbershop barbershop. What do they call them? Barbershop singers. But he gave Freckles a treat. I can buy that. Gave Freckles a treat. I had a fun night, Denise said. I've enjoyed everyone's input, but I'm hoping my meds are starting to work. Okay, Denise, me too. And if you need to leave, you just have a really great weekend. Okay? Good night. Holly said, I don't drink. It's an old song. Oh. Holly doesn't drink. I'm sorry, Holly. Let's see. I misinterpreted Holly's drinking statement above. She's saying, Mary, I don't drink. It's an old song. Okay. Good night, Denise. Sorry, Holly. I misinterpreted it. Holly's laughing. Janet's got a heart. Denise said, I most certainly will, Cheryl. Mina says, what if the same person who couldn't pay once owned both the monkey, Mario, and Freckles? Yes. Okay, I like that idea. Let's see where Freckles is here. What did I put? Where did I put that? I remember writing it here. Well, I'm going to write it here. Who wrote it? I'm losing where I write things. Where did I write that? I'm looking. Well, I guess I'm going to add it. Let's see, keeps to pay. I guess I'm going to put it here. I like that, Mina. The same person that paid the plumber, Peter Piper, with a monkey, with Monkey Mario, also paid Floyd the barber, with Freckles the dog. So this person might be homeless. Also paid with Freckles the dog to the barber. Yeah, paid Floyd. All right. Some crafty nut takes all the hair trimmings and makes something from them, like wool felting. Who's the crafty nut who gathers up all the hair and spins it? Do we have a spinner character? Do we have somebody who spins in our list? Let's see. Crazy cat lady, Dennis, fireman, old Lou Fix-It, sad dog with a cast on his leg. We got a sad dog with a cast on his leg. Could that be Freckles? Or is that another character? Could that be Freckles, the barbershop dog? We'll have to discuss that. Do we have somebody who spins here? Plumber plays one-armed sheriff, garage man who hoards crafty. Oh, maybe the garage man. The garage man who hoards arty bits. Also, so that number 9, the garage man who hoards arty bits also sweeps up the hair to spin. Okay? That's how that works. Let me write it down. We haven't done him yet, but we'll put it in here. So, I guess it will go. This barbershop thing is so hair bits. How did you say that? Some crafty nut. So the crafty nut is the garage man who hoards arty bits. Oh, the garbage man, not the garage man, the garbage man he gets haircuts. When he gets a haircut, when cuts hair, he sweeps up, or we'll say collects, hair trimmings. And hair trimmings would be arty bits. So that kind of goes with number 9, one of our characters with the garbage man, because that was a suggestion, garbage man who hoards arty bits. So he also, when he goes to get his hair cut, he sweeps up hair trimmings all over the shop. Arty bits to make. Who said that? Janice did. To make something, to felt with. To felt and spin with. Can you felt with human hair? I'm going to put to spin with. All right, we got the good idea, Janice. My father-in-law, hubby, and oldest son are barbers from way back. An oldest son. Did they used to be barbers? Mary comes on early in the AM. Yes, I stream. I got kind of off track this week. My Tuesday kind of and Monday's streams kind of got out of kink, but I usually stream Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 4:30 to like around 7:30, up around in there, just depending on when. But I will also stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays impromptu. I call them impromptu because if I need to sleep in, I will. And I needed it this week because I had a really crazy weekend. So, yeah. And then I stream on Friday nights at 7:30 Central Time. Thank you, Cheryl. No, Mary, you said I went live with Melody. Becky was live. Oh, I said that you went. Oh, I'm sorry. I understand. When I was saying, I meant to say Becky and I said you because I was probably reading your name. I was probably looking at your name and talking about Becky. I got it. I'm sorry. It was Becky that went live. I was trying to think. I thought Becky went to bed. She did. She's tired. Yes, you are absolutely right. Arlene says, I get up really early. I get into gardening or cooking, and I miss the first part of Mary's early lives half the time. Well, that's why we have replays. You know, and I want to say something. If you guys watch the replay, I don't expect you to watch every second of it. You know, that's just unreasonable. And even if you're tired, you know, like Arlene says, I get up early in the morning and I go garden or I do my cooking, and I know Petals has to get her breakfast for her husband and get her kid off to school. Same with Laura. She's got a kid going to school. You know, I understand all that, and I get it. That you know, come in when you can and say hello and bye, and you know, that's enough for me. I get it. I understand. And even on Friday nights, especially if you have kids in school, you know, teenage kids, they might have ball games or school functions. And I know Lucia has her 2 new grandkids. And, you know, she's got a lot going on in her life. And I get it. But I have to say you one thing. You guys, you make my Friday nights. You guys encourage me. I would not stay on YouTube if it wouldn't be for the art community. I wouldn't be streaming. I wouldn't be doing my videos if it wouldn't be for you guys, because I have to tell you, the pay is rotten. The pay is rotten. Oh, working in a third world country. Oh. Booze is yucky to this 5-year-old taste bud. Yeah. Hi, Faithful Mass. Mod Sleepy Salute. Hi, Faithful Mass. Welcome, welcome. This person wanted his pets to have a good home. Maybe poor, but has a good heart. Okay, Mina. So, he wanted them to have a good home. I got it, Mina. He wanted the monkey and the dog to have a good home. Wanted them to have a good home. He may be poor, but he's got a good heart. Okay, I got it, Nina. That makes a lot of sense. I'll put that in there. Let's see. What if Flo's hobby is spinning hair? Of course. Of course. Let's see. But we got the garbage man picking up the arty bits. Maybe he sells it to Flo then. He sells it back to Flo. And Floyd doesn't know. Floyd and Flo. Boy, that really goes together, doesn't it? Floyd and Flo. Floyd plus Flo. I love it. Let's go back to that garbage man, though. I want to put that down here because that's the story. He sells it back to Flo. So we got a garbage man who collects arty bits. And so when he goes in to the barber shop, he sweeps up all the hair trimmings, and then he sells it back to Flo. And I'm going to put sells back to Flo to spin. And Floyd doesn't know that what he's doing with that. He thinks Flo goes to Hobby Lobby and gets this hair. Yeah, that's a good idea. Great idea. Victorian hair weaving. Yes. Or Victorian hair weaving. That's a good idea, too. She does Victorian hair weaving. They used in death brooches. Well, we don't have anybody dying yet. Well, but every now and then, YouTube takes away subbies, so our population, YouTube has changed the way that they calculate the subbies. So, and they say I can see my correct count, but I've only seen it once or twice. And when I go to my creator's studio, I still see an even number, and so I never know exactly what count I have. It's somewhere between 7660 and 7670, I think, somewhere up around there. So, but YouTube sometimes kills off my subbies. So when YouTube kills off my subbies, kills my subbies. Flo sells what do they call it? Death brooches in Phibbsville. Death brooches in Phibbsville. That works. We should send one to the CEO of YouTube. Victorian hair weaving was so intricate. That's a definite skill. Recycles, yeah. That was an art. There was a picture in a town in Leadville made of hair, Cheryl says. Yeah, there's a name. Let's see. Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Welcome, Sherry. Your pirate boxes were awesome, Faithful. Faith Key is telling Faithful Mess that her pirate boxes were awesome. They're saying hello to Sherry. Faithful Mess said thank you. They're saying hello. Sherry's saying hello back. Typos are part of life. Aw, thank you, Mina. Are we getting tired? Janet said goodnight to Arlene. Mary, miners working third shift at Nikki factory make more than the average YouTuber. And you know what's really interesting, Faithful, is I was researching this this COPPA thing, this Child's Online Privacy Protection Act. And I was just reading about it. And there are articles out there that say that the FTC didn't really find Google enough. ABC and Google own YouTube, and the FTC fined them $170 million. But this article was saying that $170 million is about what Google makes in a couple of hours. Just say a half day's work. And I'm sitting there going, really? I'd like to have that half day of work. I could retire for 10 lifetimes on that. I don't know. I will say, though, on this FTC Child Online Privacy Protection Act thing, if you go to the FTC, if you're at all interested in it, if you're doing a channel or just interested in it, they're having a meeting on October 7th. And Daryl Eves has talked about that meeting. And they've got a whole long list of speakers and things that they're discussing about whether to change or not. And the last change to this COPPA Act, they're calling it that Child Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, COPPA. But the last time it was updated was in 2013, and that was like 6 years ago. And so they're discussing, and one of the things that caught my eye was the deal about, is everybody, who watches a child channel, child content, should they consider them children just because it's child content? Like my little Sebastian story. I'll bet you that it doesn't get watched by 5 or 6 year olds who's it's directed to. And it probably only gets directed by people who come to watched by, and this is a couple years ago. I know sometimes Dee Dee talks about it, but I don't think that story even gets a lot of hits anymore. So it doesn't worry me. But why, if the people that are watching it are grandmas and grandpas, why should the comments be disabled on it? That's what bothers me. And what really bothers me is that parents is expecting YouTube to be a babysitter, a free babysitter. And YouTube is a business, Google's a business. They make $170 million in a couple of hours. They're a business. But how much would you pay a babysitter to sit with your kid for 4 hours? How much do babysitters make these days? Even at minimum wage, it's what, $9 an hour? I don't get paid $9 an hour to when somebody watches my YouTube videos. So I really think the parents who let their kids on YouTube are at fault here. I just don't think they have any right to complain to the FTC about this. They should expect if they're going to allow their kids to watch YouTube on their account, then they should expect tracking and advertising and all that other, just as if the kid would go downtown to a dime store or pick up a Montgomery Ward catalog in the old days, pick up any sort of a catalog and see advertising for the latest toy. I don't think it's fair that these parents are complaining when they're really the ones at fault. They shouldn't be letting their kids on YouTube unless they're supervised. And then YouTube has, if I watch a video, I get tracked. So I don't know. That's my opinion. Are we done here? No death in Phibbsville. Hi, Dawn. I got off on a... I followed our little Montana squirrel down a trail here. I got off on the Child Protection Act because I do care about it. I care about it. And most of the time, I'm not on YouTube's side. Most of the time I vent about YouTube and all the crap that, but I really am on YouTube's side here. I don't think the parents have any right to complain if they're letting their kids, if they're expecting YouTube to be their babysitter. Non-paid babysitting. That's not fair. Yeah, I'm going to be ending around 11:30 in about 10 minutes. They will kill off subbies that aren't real. Well, they kill off all my subbies anyway. But I think that they should report to Dawn, talking about killing off subbies. I think that they should report to the creator who they, not if somebody, like if I went and unsubscribed from your channel, Dawn, which I'm not going to do, but I wouldn't expect YouTube to report that to you. But if they thought that Joe Blow over here was a bot and they unsubscribed it, why can't they say Joe Blow at gmail.com was a bot? Joe Blow, unsubscribe Joe Blow at Gmail bot. Then I know that they unsubscribed one of my viewers, one of my subbies, because it was a bot. But if I see Lisa Conway unsubscribed when Lisa didn't do it herself and YouTube did it, then I could go back to say, Lisa, YouTube unsubscribed you from my channel. Did you want that to happen? I can shoot them an email or something like that. And I'd probably only do it for people because Lisa, I've heard Lisa say that she's been unsubscribed from my channel, and it's probably because Lisa gets busy, but, probably hasn't watched me for a while. And so they unsubscribe her. Well, that's not fair. She didn't want to be unsubscribed. So I think YouTube should report to the creators who YouTube unsubscribes, not when a person unsubscribes by themselves. When that AI machine goes and says all of these non-valid people are unsubscribed, all they have to say is, Joe Blow was a bot, I unsubscribed him. But if I see Lisa Conway, we unsubscribed her, then I would want to know why. Maybe it could be haven't watched for a while. Well, then I would go back and say, Lisa, did you really want to be unsubscribed? Because most of the time, we don't know if YouTube, they don't come back and tell me that I've been unsubscribed from some channel. If I don't watch Dawn at Let's Make a Mess today for 7 months and they unsubscribe me, they don't say, hey, Mary, you didn't watch Dawn for 7 months. We're unsubscribing you. They don't let you know. And that's not fair to either the viewer or the creator. So I get mad at YouTube, but I do think YouTube is right on the COPPA thing. I just don't think parents have any right to expect YouTube to be a not-for-profit babysitter. Flo is getting scammed by that hair man. Yes, she is. Yes, she is, Azure. I hear a leaf blower. Neighbors are weird. It's 12 a.m. Leaf blowers at night. They have a noise law, right? Mina says she's not tired. It's only 9:15. Somebody must have said something. It only ran for a minute. They're probably drunk. The lady next door uses a leaf blower every day to clean off her porch and her carport, but usually mid-morning. Dawn says it's not late because she's way out in Oregon. Dawn is. You in Oregon, right? But she stopped by to say hello. Thanks for dropping in, Dawn. It's good to see you. I think she's saying goodnight. I'm getting ready to say goodnight. It's like commercials. They pay for the time. Yeah. Azure, and the channels that are hurting for kid content the most are people that collect kid stuff. There are thousands of adult collectors of all sorts of stuff, of kid stuff. Yeah. And think of that Simon's cat video. I watch him all the time, and I'm not 5 years old. And that's kind of like a cartoon. I'll bet you kids watch that. I'm wondering if he's going to get hit or if they're going to allow it. So they are going to, that meeting that they're having on October 7th, the FTC, they say they're going to broadcast it on their website, but I don't know. It'll probably spin and I won't be able to get in, but it'll be in the news. It'll be on YouTube news. Daryl Eves will be talking about it. So I'm kind of interested in it. Holly says she's starting to buffer. So am I. Yeah, or channels that you're subscribed to, suddenly you never get notice from again. Yeah. All right, we're buffering. Yeah. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I hope I'm still going here. I hope you guys can still hear me. I'm still going up in here, so I'm going to say goodnight. I'll have a good weekend. If I'm up to it, I might do a marathon in the wee hours of Saturday night, Sunday morning, but it depends. If I'm watching Rosemary and if I'm tired, I probably won't. So I might do it on Sunday night. It just depends. I have so much I need to get caught up on. And you guys, we got everything done that I had on my list, except for the art study thing. And I'll do that another time. So thank you guys for the really fun night with Floyd, the bald, nearsighted barber. Floyd and Flo. Floyd and Flo. You guys, you make Friday nights fun. And we did our illustrated letter. We did our shadow box. I showed you my knitting progress. We did the postcard giveaway. So thank you all for coming. Have a great weekend and go out there and do some art. Yeah, have an artful day. Have an artful weekend. Good night, Faith. Good night, Dawn and Lynn and Mina. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Bye, everybody.